Hello, folks. Man, I went through here. I already recorded a video and then I went through here and deleted everything because I thought the video was going to be fine. But I've been having trouble with my recording software. And so I deleted it and then deleted all the lines and then it deleted the video that I just made. So I'm going to attempt to do it again. I'll put the lines back in. I can't believe that just deleted it, but it did. So we will look at this morning. I'll put it on regular trading hours. Man, that really made a mess. And we'll look at where we opened right here. Opened with a gap down. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. But I had marked out here pre-market high, which was just a little bit above that. Green. And I'll label it pre-market high. There we go. Pre-mark. That's fine. That'll work. Pre-market high. And so we opened with a gap down. We made no attempt to fill it, and we started pushing down. We took out a 1 hour candle here after filling the gap. If you look all the way back to 917, we had this gap here that never got filled in during regular trading hours. So we opened a little bit below it and we pushed through, and we actually pushed down to this low, maybe even this low. Yeah, that low. And then now that one's all the way down to 22. We only went to 22. So right there ish. We left this one, but we took that one. And then we put up a beautiful reversal pattern. I was actually live streaming and I was thinking we were going to go down to this level, and I missed this reversal. I was actually short and I got my butt handed to me. But let's put this one in. Right there is the last up close candle before the lowest point. It's right there. There we go. And we'll make it purple like we like to do. Once we hit that, man, we went on a run. This is the first push up. Came back down, respected. The candle bodies never went lower than the halfway point of this bullish breaker. Right there. And then we started running up. Here's your only opportunity to get in right here. And then we took off. Took out the high. You could just aim for there. If you got in right here and you aim for there, that's 92 points. A lot of movement today. And then we went up and we took out the pre-market high. We got to zoom in real close to find the highest point here. I'm not sure why this one's here. Oh, that's that box I painted in there earlier for the remaining gap. I'll just delete it for now so we don't get confused. Well, not as clean as the first one, but the highest point is right here. So this is our breaker, the last down close candle before the highest point. So we'll mark the bottom of it. And we want a fair value gap to the downside beneath it. And that's where we'd put our entry. So we had candle bodies start closing below here, but we didn't get a fair value gap until this one right here. That's to the downside. So we would enter a tick below the high of this candle. We would enter right there at 680. I'll go ahead and color in the fair value gap so you can see it. Right there. And it is to the downside, so it is orange. And you can see candle bodies respected. It's a small one, but still, candle body's respected. Our entry is there. Our stop would go above these highs, or at the very least above the breaker, so it'd be above those highs. How much stop would we have to have? If we got above the highest point to our entry, that's only a 17-point stop. Very cheap trade here, folks. Very cheap trade. And you can see we would have been fine aiming for these lows right here. We would have been good for 100 points approximately. We would enter right there at the low and we would aim for these 98 points. Might as well round up to 100. So aiming for this high, that was 100 points. Aiming for that low, that's 100 points. On one mini, that's $4,000. If you wanted to, so sorry. If you wanted to try to get more, you could, but why? I mean, why at that point? We did aim all the way down here. We did validate another breaker right here. We had copious amounts of fair value gaps. There's our breaker on that run down. Of course, this is another bullish, so we need to make it purple. We had a lot of fair value gaps coming up here. The first one after we went past the breaker is this one. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. If you entered there, I don't know even where you'd aim. If you aim for that high, you could have got there. If you just market it in somewhere along this way, maybe aim for this high or that high. Let's just do it like we normally do. We enter at a fair value gap. This is poking down. I don't know. These aren't great entries. This one's okay, but we're not above the breaker yet. What you could do on this is use this breaker as a push down. It tried to get below it. It did not make it. So then you could just enter at any fair value gap after that point and use that original breaker. That would put you in here. You would have got filled on that candle. Aim for that high, or that high. You would have eventually got filled at the very end of the day if you aim for this one. So let's say you did that. And let's see how many points you would have got. If you would have entered here, and let's just aim for that high. 122 points. If you're keeping score, that's over 300 points of movement today. One micro on 300 points would have yielded $600. One mini on 300 points would have yielded $6,000. That's some serious movement right there. Sorry for the sniffles, but something just got to my nose and I just started sneezing. So that's it. That's our reversal pattern for the day. If you're struggling with this, don't worry. I am too. I missed this one. And I don't know why, but I wasn't comfortable getting involved in it as on the way up. I still wanted it to go down. I was trading what I was thinking. This right here is a very significant level. And I was trading what I was thinking instead of what I was seeing. And missed a lot of this move. Tried another short here. Ended up blowing up a combine. So if you're struggling, don't worry. It's all part of the learning process. Everything you learn. The only difference between people that succeed and people that do not succeed is those who succeed have failed more than anybody else. And they learn a little something each time they fail. So if you can learn to spot these in real time, you will become successful over time. Just keep trying. I'm looking at this for tomorrow. I marked these levels out. This 25% retrace of the week. We typically don't expand the weekly range on Friday, but we could. It's a week after rollover. So We could. But this is a 25% pullback of the week. This is a 50% pullback of the week. Filling this gap and pulling back 50% of the week, I could see that happening. I could also see us pushing down and taking this out. That's a very significant level. We'll see how tomorrow pans out. I love each and every one of you. Remember, be kind to yourself, and be kind to one another. Until next time, trade well.